I'm Debi Peverill, and you're listening to the weekly tip from Painless Financial Training Group. Today I'm talking about principal residences. So in Canada, since the year 2016, we have had to report any sales of our principal residence on our tax return. We still have a principal residence deduction, which means we do not have to pay income tax on the sale of our principal residence, but we do have to report it. The three things that CRA wants to know are: what year did you buy this principal residence? What did you sell it for? And was it your principal residence every year that you owned it? And you must sign and agree that it was in fact your principal residence every year that you owned it. So the issue, of course, is what if you do not report the sale of a principal residence on your tax return? And the problem there is that, we hear that you might not get that principal residence deduction if you haven't reported it. So if CRA figures out that you did sell your principal residence and you didn't report it, then when they add it to your tax return, they may not give you the deduction. So you could end up paying tax on the increase in value of your principal residence while you owned it. And for people who have been in the same house for a lot of years, that can be a significant amount of tax that you would have to pay. You also might have to pay tax on the sale of your principal residence if you rented a part of it at any time during the years that you owned it. And in that case, you're going to have to figure out what you paid for the residence when you bought it, whether you made any big improvements to it over the years, such as new roofs, septic system, paved the driveway, all that kind of thing. And you're going to compare that to the proceeds that you got when you sold it. Because in that case, there will be some tax to pay, because part of that house is not considered to be a principal residence because you rented it out during some of that time. And I sometimes get the question about principal residences, like, could you have more than one? And the answer is no. A family has one and only one principal residence. So there isn't any other residence that's going to qualify for that at the same time. So think about your principal residence. If you do plan to sell it, you remember that you're going to have to keep track of what the proceeds were, because you need to report it on your personal income tax return in order to avoid paying tax on any gain.